You ever work on a project and the client's like, I need this material in my rendering, or I want my rendering to look like this. So D5 has actually got two different tools I want to cover that will help you do each of these use cases. So let's get started. So in D5 2.11, we get the AI material snap function. So under assets, you can actually upload an image to get the material data from it and then apply it to your scene. So let's say in this situation, I want to apply it on this plane. I'm going to go over here to AI material snap. You might have a reference photo here. That's okay. You can hit delete or upload. I'm going to upload that image we were just looking at. And what I want to do is I want to actually hit this button. This is going to let me select materials. Okay. So right now it's segmenting the image. It's basically detecting, hey, what's metal, what's wood slat, what's floor, what's sky. And if you don't believe me, here you can see. And all I'm doing is I'm selecting the wood slats. I'm holding down Control to add to my selection just to get those missing pieces. Anything that's wood, I'm trying to give it as much data as possible. And if I want, I can make it a displacement material, giving me that extra height map. I'm going to check mark it just so I have it, and then I'm going to hit generate. We used this button, the click to select. You could also do like a square selection or rectangle selection, but this is totally fine. I'm only doing one material for now. Then once you generate, it'll actually give you a bunch of different results. One will be a generated result, so using AI to rebuild that material. And then another set of results will be D5 looking at the current material library and suggesting assets you can use, which is actually like really crazy and amazing that it can do this. Because making materials, as many of you know, is such a pain in the butt. And I feel like a lot of designers just don't have the time for that. So this is a really nice time saver. So I'm glad these like AI tools are coming out and actually making useful progress instead of just like taking our jobs. So here you go. We've got this coming out. It's a little bit darker, but that's fine. We can easily tweak that. We can brighten it. But all I have to do is hit apply, and I can apply it to the surface. So it's basically on my mouse. I can left click, and now it's applied. And then this is what I meant about the recommendations. So you can click on those, get their name, and also apply as well. So let's hop over here, and I'm just going to hit eyedropper. And as you can see, it's seamless. Like that's the other cool thing. This is a seamless material, and I've got my height. So you see that? So that's really nifty that I'm getting that as well. I said we can play with like the coloring to help lighten it. All you want to do is go to base color map and then play with your advanced settings. And then you can actually just play with the B right here. That will help brighten it. And you can also lessen the contrast like this. So you've got a couple different ways. You can play with hue and saturation, whatever you want. Or you can add some base color on top. So you've got a couple different avenues, but that is nice that you have that there. The thing I was talking about with the environment settings is actually the AI atmosphere match tool. So let me just get rid of this guy for now. So let's say you've got a reference photo and you want all your light settings to match that image. We see this a lot where somebody's like, hey, I really like the look of this. I love the lighting. I love the background. Can you do this in D5? Yeah, but if you don't know what you're doing, it might take a long time. So the AI atmosphere match tool is actually really, really handy. So check this out. So I'm going to start with our image here, and how this was created was I actually went right over here to AI atmosphere match. I click this, and what you're going to do is snap the current view. It's basically going to look at this to analyze it, and then it's going to give you some recommendations. These are some nice D5 presets. They have like several dozen. I was actually like going through this before to see how many. I kind of lost track. It just seems like a lot. So you can use from their own library. Or if you want to use your own, you could totally do that. Just hit this button. So I have a bunch of images right here, and we'll throw them on the screen just so you could see, of different time of days, gloominess, sunny, dusk, golden hour. And so you can see the difference. So this image that you see here is using this reference image, the dusk reference image, and you can see that it's picking up, the tones of the sky as well as the overall lighting. Let's try another one. This is pink golden, and this was using this reference image. So again, you can see that it's picking up the colors, and the cool thing, and I'll do it live just so you can see, is you can actually control how much of that contrast is applied from your image. So I'm going to grab this just so you could see. All you have to do is hit generate. Takes a couple seconds. and it will migrate the style. And you can see it working. We're not gonna see like a drastic change because I already applied it, but you can see it working and like resetting settings, and then it's going to apply it. It'll be, it'll have a different look. So again, very cool that it's looking at an image, extracting that data, and then doing the work for you. And then all of this is editable. It's not like you're stuck here and it's just like baked in. No, this is all like dynamic, it's all editable, and you can control the strength. So think of it as like, you know, a lookup table where you can adjust the strength. You can do that there. And when I meant about being editable, it made an HDRI from that. I can actually play with the background intensity. I can rotate it. And then of course I can turn on the sun as needed. So very cool that we've got that there. And you can see that. So I'm going to run through the other ones just so you can see, you know, how versatile this is. And the best part is like with just a couple clicks, we can tune it, make it even better. This is our golden hour one. This was the reference photo, and this is what we got. Then this one, this is our gloomy one. And this one I thought was really cool because it added like some precipitation. Like it was actually clever enough to add like rain and everything. That's using this image here. And then we have a sunny, and this one, I just wanted like a really punchy, like sunny type of image. And it gave me that, and it came through. Again, this is the reference image just so you can see. And if you're wondering where I got these images from, I just made them in Midjourney, nothing crazy. I will show you exactly what that looks like. So this is my Midjourney. You can see my prompts here aren't crazy. I'm just typing in the time of day that I want, and this is what I'm getting. So very, very cool that you can use like AI to then train more AI. It's kind of creepy, but it's useful. But you can see this is that image for the sunny sky. And just to do a little side by side, like it picks up the blues of the sky and just like the overall fun contrast. But anyways, I think these are two super helpful time-saving tips that you should be sure you're using. And if you don't see these tools, just note it is part of the pro plan. I don't know if it'll ever be coming to community, but typically AI stuff is pro. Anyways, if you got any questions about this workflow, leave it in the comments below. I'll get back to you. And as always, please think about liking and subscribing the video. Really helps me out. See you next time.